She was looking out the window, but her hand was like lah, you know.
Yeah.
And then you know what she saw?
What?
She saw.
Hello everyone, my name is Hafidz Rahman, and as all of you are well aware, I have a little podcast where I share ghost stories. So today I am very excited, a bit honored, slightly creeped out, but more than anything, very excited to be in the presence of a legendary spiritual being that has scared people over the years. So Aunty P, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh wow. This is the highlight of your career, Nurul Aini, just cosplaying as a pontianak.
This is the best thing ever.
Right?
Yeah, I mean like, oh my god, guys, please give me more of doing this.
More jobs.
I love scaring people.
Yeah, now that I'm very jumpy, so don't.
Okay, don't.
If
Alright.
not, things will get wet. Okay, so we really want to know. So after scaring everyone, right? After scaring everyone, making people jump out of their seats, you know, tickling people, and all that, we want to know, like, perhaps if you have any experience, personal experience of yourself, where you have sort of, been at the receiving end of something supernatural.
Okay, so honestly, like, I've never really had an experience myself, but my mom, it always happens to her, okay? So there's one particular story, it's just a very short one, alright? So we were staying at Bedok Reservoir View, so if you guys stay at Bedok Reservoir View, the best, okay? So we were staying there on the 15th floor, and at that point of time, the house, in front of our house, in front of our flat, there were construction works. They were building a condominium, so it was really dark, okay? So we stayed on the 15th floor, and every time when we sleep, we will keep the windows open. So there was one particular night my mom was sleeping. She wasn't sleeping, in fact. She was looking out the window, but her hand was like lah, you know? And then you know what she saw?
What?
She saw 3 pontianaks, my friends, 3 pontianaks floating down. Floating down from above.
From above.
So we are on the 15th floor, right? So it was from above, floating down, 3 of them, and they were talking. They were talking to each other, probably updating how many you scare and all that lah. But they were talking like this, like really talking. My mom could see their mouth, but she couldn't hear anything lah, even though the window is open.
Okay.
And then she said, it was translucent, like it's white, right? And she could see through because she could see the construction buildings behind. And she said it's like smoke. But the hair and the eyes was really, really like this, I guess. She said it's just black and then just the mouth moving. And they were floating super, super slowly, 3 of them. But upside down, no? Yeah, upside down.
Interesting.
Yeah. So their heads down, their legs up. Can you imagine? So my mom was freaking out, obviously.
Yeah.
So she was so scared. She was doing this, but then she was like, she don't want to move because she's afraid that if she were to move and if they can sense that you're actually watching them, then they would come after her, right? So she was doing this, but she said she was shaking so badly. But she tahan lah, you know, she didn't move at all until that thing was gone. Then she was like, she couldn't breathe. Then she started like reciting some, you know,
some prayers.
Some prayers.
So how young were you when this happened?
I was in secondary 2. I was 14. Right. So that basically that house that we stayed in Bedok Reservoir View, it is pretty creepy lah. Because my mom also got possessed in that house. And then so when we moved in, right, it started on the day we moved in, you know. I heard that before we moved in, that particular place, that land was just an empty, like, small little forest with a tiny river where people throw things. Right. You get what I mean, right? Yeah. Where people throw like unwanted
things or spirits,
and spirits and everything. So when they built the house, when they built the HDB blocks, I heard that the whole area is haunted lah. When the day that we moved in, my mom went inside one of the room, and then she saw 2 just red eyes, just staring at her in the dark. But then when she told us on the day that we moved in, we were like, "Lah, you just tired, you're seeing things." Yeah. But then after that, it leads to a lot of other things. She got possessed, and then that pontianak thing happened. So yeah. But I cannot really get into the possessed story because it's just so long.
It's too long.
Yeah.
It's an epic story by itself. Yeah. So basically, it's safe for me to say that you grew up, you know, knowing that these things exist and all that.
Yeah. I know these things exist. I mean, since young, I've heard stories from my mom, my relatives, my father, my grandmother. they all experienced it before, but then thank God I've never experienced it.
If you can wrap up, what is that one hantu that you feel like it's your least favorite? It's like the scariest hantu that you possibly don't want to meet, never in your life, out of all the hantus that we know of.
Wow, I'm very, very scared of pocong.
Right?
I'm so scared.
There's something about pocong, you know.
Even though they can't really do anything with us because they are they're wrapped.
Yeah.
But it's just the look and then the jump.
I think because I was just telling one of the interviewees just now, because we have seen them in human form, in the form of a deceased family member or whatever.
Being wrapped up like that.
So it's that mind like, hey, this thing is tangible, flesh and blood. Like, you know, like pontianak, whatever, like you see, you don't see, right? Like toil and all that. But this thing is like, you see, you know it exists.
Exactly, yeah. Because when we die, that's how we are being wrapped up.
Yeah.
So you know that, okay, it's real, you know, it's real.
It's
so
real.
That's the scary thing. Yeah, I'm very scared of pocong.
Nice.
But I look nice as pontianak though.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Very
Cantik.
Stunning. So like, okay, one last question lah. On the scale of 1 to 10, how scared are you?
Oh my God, I am 29. I am
specific,
I'm
29.
such a scaredy cat. I am so scared. I'm spooked out by every little thing. I'm so like that.
You're very rude. You really lack manners, huh? So like, do you watch like horror movies and horror shows and all that?
I actually pick and choose, and when I want to watch, I have to make sure I have a lot of people with me.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't watch it because, okay, ever since I moved into my new place, right, it's been 2 years plus now, I've never watched any scary shows in my house because I'm so scared.
Right.
I don't want to be inviting anything.
Speaking about programs and shows, MediaCorp has this horror campaign in October called the ScreamApura. They have curated everything horrifying and scary all on MeWatch.
Yes, correct. So ScreamApura gives you guys the reason to scream this October.
Yes, so run for your life to mediacorp.sg/ScreamApura.